It's moving week for me, and I almost didn't want to record this just because I've got so much crap everywhere in my place. I've been working longer hours during my day job, and my office is completely packed up just because it was the easiest thing to get out of the way first. For those of you who don't know, I am moving from South Florida, where I've been 4.5 years. It was January 30th, 2017, when I decided to leave my hometown of St. Louis and take a risk and move to South Florida, which was Miami first. And honestly, it feels like it was just yesterday. I was driving around in Miami a week ago, and I just couldn't believe how vivid my memory was of moving down. And it's been pretty great. It was an amazing choice. Don't get me wrong, I can't wait to leave, but I have thoroughly enjoyed getting a different perspective of living somewhere else in the United States that wasn't the Midwest. People on the East Coast, and then I worked on the West Coast, generally just see the world differently. And it was great to just live somewhere else and understand that perspective. Now I know that South Florida just isn't for me long term. More than ever at this point in my life, at 32 years of age, I spent what I would say my professional maturity, post law school, coming down and learning how to be really a mature adult. And now I know that I want to go to Texas. Austin is one of my favorite cities in the country. And to be honest, I would actually probably give San Diego a shot if it wasn't in the state of California. My own personal beliefs, I generally just prefer states with lower taxes because from knowing the ins and outs of government work and stuff, I'm not a big fan of the spending. It's not so much the taxing, it's just the spending part I disagree with of some states. So you can formulate your own opinion on that. It's just how I see things. So states with lower state income tax generally, I mean, right now after COVID and stuff, are thriving. Texas and Florida. I'm just moving from one to the next. So I want to touch on something before I get into the main topic of this episode, which is fitness clothing for guys who work out, more muscular guys, and just my favorite brands as a follow-up to the video I did on 10,000. I want to talk just briefly on risk-taking. Leaving your hometown for a lot of people just never happens. It's safe, it's comfortable, you know it. Generations of families tend to stay in the same city, and that's perfectly fine. But if you're one of those people that have thought about moving and experiencing a different part of the country or world, I can't tell you how much I appreciate my time in South Florida and taking that risk. I always thought, and I stole this from, it was actually a Jeff Bezos graduation speech, where he talked about he would rather regret doing something than not doing it. Now, of course, there's limits to that. You don't want to do anything illegal. But in terms of my case, moving out of my hometown in a very small, big city of St. Louis, Missouri, where I spent most of my life. Before that, I was kind of an Air Force brat, jumping around all over the world and different parts of the country, but it was like all in the Midwest. Making that decision that, hey, I'm going to go somewhere that I've never been, and I'm going to go to a different coast, and I'm going to experience a different kind of culture in terms of, well, I mean, down here, there's a lot of Latin culture, but also East Coast mentality, very fast-paced, very spendy, flashy, especially in Miami, versus the conservative kind of upbringing that I grew up with. And it just gives me a better world perspective, honestly. I love getting that kind of perspective anywhere I go in the world. I imagine living there. I want to be engulfed. Like, I don't like especially on vacations, I don't like the type of vacations where you're within a group. I like to go out and just envelop myself in the local culture and just gain perspective. I know it's just a limited thing on vacation, but when you're living somewhere, you actually learn about that place and what makes it different, and then learn about yourself and evolve in a different way. And it's been great. So as far as risk taking, to me, it's just overall going to be better for your life. And if you take that risk, whether it's a job or moving somewhere, you could always go back. Like I could go to Texas and decide, you know what, I miss the beach a lot. I mean, you can see my surfboard in frame right here. I got my paddleboard out there. I've truly appreciated going to the beach, super peaceful, teal oceans, in the rare cases that there actually is good surf here in South Florida, of taking that foamy that I got because I'm not good at all and getting on the water. But I also grew up on lake life, so I know, and I've been to Austin plenty of times, so I'm super excited at that. So that's just what I want to touch on, risk taking. I love it. Now I can't wait to leave South Florida for me personally, just because I know I'm going to be more of a Texas guy. But I no regrets. Just absolutely loved taking that risk. It's scary. Even my move to Texas and is scary. Like I'm super excited. I'm anxious, but I'm also terrified at the same time. I don't know a lot of people there. As a 32-year-old man, you're just generally not going to go out and meet people. I actually had a funny story. This guy I knew in college. So the good thing about CrossFit is that you get to be part of a community and you get to meet people. Like my friends here in Fort Lauderdale are from the CrossFit gym, and it's just a great group of people generally that you meet if you join a good gym. That's another reason why I love it. They keep you accountable to go work out, stay fit, but they're also great people to hang out with outside the gym. But this particular friend wasn't into CrossFit, and this was years and years ago, and he had to move from St. Louis to Indiana, and he was trying to make friends at the gym, but he'd be like, hey, you want to, grab a beer after this or something? And it just came off as, like he was hitting on these guys, because that's a scary part. You got to meet a friend group, and you got to have people to hang out with. So that part kind of terrifies me. There's no one really to rely on, especially like the friend group I have here. So if I need something, I gotta establish those friendships. But that's also the fun part about it, and getting in a new routine. This is where I'm going to go to the grocery store, just little mundane things like that I get super excited about. And then Austin's got a whole bunch of stuff. So take risks. That's all I just want to say about that. So let's get into the main topic of this podcast, which is more behind the scenes kind of thing of what I was looking for as far as like my favorite shorts and why I chose 10,000. And then also the other brands that I talked about in the video that I didn't discuss, of like what I think are better shorts, but not necessarily a better return on investment, and other shorts that I've tried, and maybe some brands I need to retry. So first, let's talk about 10,000. As I discussed in the video and a lot of the products, look for a cost per year basis. It's fine if you want to charge me out the ass for a product. One of the things I was looking for, like for an office chair, Herman Miller makes a $1,200 chair. It's a fantastic chair. And if you do the math on their warranty, which I believe is also 12 years, it actually is going to come down to a cheaper per year cost of like the autonomous chair that I have, if the autonomous chair doesn't last that long. So I was kind of doing like a figure back and forth and deciding, you know what? I've had office chairs in the past. I'm fully confident in the ability of the autonomous chair that it will get to a point that the price difference between the Herman Miller, despite the warranty of the autonomous chair, is going to overcome the cost per year of the Herman Miller. And I looked at that like with the 10,000. That lifetime guarantee on the 10,000 shorts is fantastic. I see that on like other brands like Lululemon, but it's a very difficult thing for a smaller cap company or like a startup like 10,000 to want to honor. So they put a lot of pride and a lot of faith in their products, which is a huge, huge plus when I'm looking for something. So, I mean, that right there leapt off the page because they were kind of on the back burner for me of something that I was trying out just because I had good shorts. Those good shorts that I always rank as like probably the most premium that I've tried. And I do need to try the 10,000 more Pro line that they have because it is a more expensive one. And it gets in the price point of the shorts I'm going to talk about now, which are the Noble shorts. I went to the Noble store when it was open in Miami. I'm not even sure if it's even open anymore. Like it shut down through COVID, but I don't know if they were able to reopen. It's in the Wynwood neighborhood. Pretty cool store. And I love Noble shoes. I went there and the clothing was great. Those cost about $70, $80. And I think those are my most well-built shorts. I beat the crap out of those things. If there's going to be a lot of barbell movements, those were generally the ones that I depended on prior to the 10,000. And I still think they're, in terms of like durability and comfort, the material is more comfortable. It's like a softer material than the industrial kind of feel that the 10,000 shorts are. So those are my favorite, but those are the most expensive. And I should check. Let's pop on here real quick. Noble Projects. Let's see, Noble Shorts warranty. Because I actually wasn't sure what kind of warranty they have. I don't think that they're going to have like the lifetime returns, accepted, brand new, items eligible. Yeah. So, I mean, if I'm looking at their website, I'm not seeing anything that is leaping out that says, hey, we have a lifetime warranty. So are they my most comfortable shorts? So I like wearing them more than 10,000? I do. I got to be honest with you. I do. I just think it's like the softer material just feels good. But as far as like the price point, that kind of, I don't like that. So that's what I was saying in the video, that I do have like better built shorts, but it's, the cost per year. I don't recommend it just because it's got a high price. If you want to spend your money on that, that's fine. They have lasted a couple years now. They look great. The actual Noble branding on them has rubbed off. But besides that, I mean, they're great shorts. The other brands that I enjoy, and I will say, if someone wants to know the most comfortable shorts that you can buy, and even with a liner, because I'm not a fan of the liner on the 10,000 just because it's thicker and my legs they're bigger. I have like big quads. It kind of squeezes it, so I'm not a big fan. But the liner in the Vuori shorts, and I'll pull it up there. Sorry if you're just listening. There's a video version that I'm sure you already know about. So I keep having to check to make sure. So like the Vuori shorts, this is a San Diego company. When I used to work out of my old job's La Jolla office, I would make a special trip down to go to the Vuori store. And actually, I believe that Vuori has since expanded, because this was years ago. Vuori has since expanded into stores. I see them in REI. If you want to try them out, that's a place to go. But at the time, they were online only. They've expanded into women's line. But the guy version is, I mean, they're joggers, everything, just super comfortable. I believe they touted themselves initially early on as like the American version of Lululemon. Lululemon is Canadian. I believe that. I love their shorts, but they're not very durable. I don't like them for barbell movements, and I have torn them. My favorite pair are the black camo that I had, and I wore them in flag football, and they just ripped. They ripped like they were paper. I've had them for a while, but I didn't like the fact that they ripped because my 10,000 shorts are going to do that, and my Noble shorts aren't going to do that because they just haven't. I wore them before. But in terms of loungewear or even yoga, they do specialize in like yoga clothing. They feel great. And the shirts, their activewear shirts, I don't tend to buy expensive shirts because like the shirt I'm wearing. If I go and visit a gym, I like to buy their shirt because I most likely don't wear shirts when I work out anyway. And cotton doesn't really bother me, or whatever blend it is. These next level shirts, if you know what I'm talking about, generally what gyms are printing on, a lot of companies are, they're just soft t-shirts. But I will say that the athletic wear shirts of Vuori are awesome. Very silky, very breathable, highly recommend. Sorry if you hear my dog, she's right next to me because I'm in the living room. So when I recommend what's the most comfortable athleisure, it is hands down Vuori. They are fantastic. Another brand, super popular, that I used to stay away from, Gymshark. Gymshark started out like a lot of Instagram models, and I will tell you, I used to not like Gymshark for one reason: drop shipping. I haven't fully confirmed this, but my theory, the owner of Gymshark is a very wealthy young man. From what I've read, he was a drop shipper. And early on, I could see the products that were on Gymshark were on other websites like Alibaba, where all you do is simply you buy in bulk, you slap your logo on it, and then you ship it out. I have to be cautious here because I haven't 100% confirmed that, but he was someone that was figuring out ways to create a drop shipping company. But that's neither here or there, because now I have seen on their YouTube channel, looking at their product development, that they do, in fact, from the ground floor, create and knit their own products. So gave them a shot, reached out. Gymshark is known for being more of a cheaper brand. Makes them more accessible. Like the shorts that I have are just all white. I believe they're the Arrival shorts, which are they were like $20. And I got to tell you, they're great. For the price point, for the fashion side of things, I actually prefer their old logo, the Legacy logo they have with the big shark giving like a bicep flex. I mean, they're fantastic. You can load up on them. Don't really care about the cost per year in general or any of the warranties just because it's like $20. So if I were to go to on the cheaper end, I would say 100% the gym shorts. But in terms of their comparison to 10,000 or Noble or Viore, nope. They're not of that quality at all. But they are a cheaper, fashionable athleisure brand. So those are the brands that I recommend. And just to recap, the best quality shorts I believe I have, quality and durability, would be Noble's line. And also, we're not talking about the Nike and the Lululemon and stuff, just because personally I like the smaller cap companies. I love startups. I love supporting them. And I think generally a lot of these companies are making better products in a more ethical way. We all know that the problems with the China sweatshops that people talk about with Nike. I believe in general, Lululemon is thought of to be fairly ethical. But then again, I just love what these new companies are doing, and I love supporting them, and they're making fantastic products. So again, recap, Noble, highest quality, durable, love them, but no warranty. 10,000, all around, very industrial, durable brand. This is men's only. Don't like their liner, but I love their lifetime guarantee. I love the build of the products. I love the way they perform. So for that reason, they get my all-around gold medal. Comfort, athleisure wear, you're going to have to go with Viore. There's just none other. You wear those around. Talking about get that liner. It's like this silky feeling. It feels great. Don't have to wear the underwear with it. But don't trust them for barbell movements or any sort of athletics in general, just because of the durability standpoint. Their website shows them doing yoga and stuff, and that's what I would use them for besides just laying around. And the joggers, the sweatpants, feel phenomenal. The cheaper to quality, I would go with Gymshark. Gymshark makes great stuff. No warranty. Is it the quality of something a premium brand? No, but you're paying $20, $40 at most for their stuff. Another brand I have to retry. Legends. Legends is out there giving a lot of stuff to NBA players, very fashionable. But I do see, so I tried Legends in the past, and the durability sucked. Just flat out was terrible. It was a high price, cost more than $10,000, and just didn't last. But it was a fashionable brand. And if you're someone that does bodybuilding and you're not worried about the barbell movements of the knurling I was talking about on the bar, rubbing on the shorts, then those are fine. I paid a lot of money. The material felt okay. Thought they were going to last. They didn't. Tore up. Just like a lesser Viore, I would say. So they recently did. I saw CrossFit athlete Adam Klink post a package that he got from Legends, and I was like, that's kind of odd. I used them before, and I didn't generally see them in the CrossFit community. they did come out with their HD line, which is supposed to be a more durable brand. Now, they don't have a lifetime warranty, which kind of irks me, but for the sake of people that want to try them, I do want to use them and see how they work. So that's one that I'm willing to try. And if there's any other brands of clothing, like I like trying this stuff out. I personally am not someone who wants to go out and fill my closet with clothes, but for the sake of people coming to me and asking me, I want to be knowledgeable on what the brands are that are out there and why or why not I would use something. So maybe you make clothes and you want me to give them a shot. By all means, send them my way. So, yeah, I'm going to give Legends another shot. I'm always going to be on the lookout for other brands. Last thing I want to touch on as far as talking about clothes for fitness guys is Built Basics, BYLTBASICS.com. I gotta say, I'm not sponsored in any way by any of these companies. They're just brands that I like, brands I've used. Built, probably see them a lot. They reach out to like a lot of athletes and stuff on Instagram, and they're constantly posting. I'm not a fashionable guy. I like function over fashion. I like comfort over fashion. I like comfort over function over fashion. If that makes sense. That's in line. I want to be comfortable first. I tell you, as far as pants to go out in, pants to go to the office, they feel like pajama pants. I will wear those around the house. They're so comfortable. I would say I would wear those around the house. I'm not going to wear slacks around the house just because that's kind of weird. But they are that comfortable. And the shirts are very form-fitting. The luxe material is like this very like thick, silky kind of feel. And they keep the integrity around the arms so that it just hugs, because I love shirts that do that. Let me pull up Built Basics. So if you've been wanting to give, like if you're looking for like a shirt that you can go out in, and you're someone like me that does like the comfort and the function over fashion, I am telling you, these like drop cuts, the luxe materials, the ones I get, would 100% give them a shot. And I'm going to put like the general rewards links. Now, like I said, I'm not sponsored, not affiliate of any of these companies in any way. But if you want to support the channel, you want to support the podcast, you can use my general referral rewards link in the description, and I'd appreciate it, because I mean, managing this YouTube channel is, it's not cheap. But yeah. Oh, and I will say their performance drop cuts. Oh, like I said, I'm not a general shirt guy that's going to work out in, but they are thin and super comfortable. I have this camo one. It's incredible. I like it. Highly recommend. So that's it. That's kind of behind the scenes of more in depth of like the clothing stuff that I look for and I recommend when people talk to me and they're asking about stuff. I want to get into more like running kind of clothing brand, as I am going to be training for the Austin Marathon. And that's a whole nother level. I mean, I like 5-inch inseams, and we're talking even shorter for a lot of people, and less clothing, and just, it's a whole nother line of stuff of like what you want to run, just because just the functionality of what you're looking for is just different. I like the right tool for the right job, and that includes what clothing you're wearing. So just to wrap it up, hope you enjoy. The next podcast should be in Austin. Looking so forward to getting this move over with, getting to Texas, and just getting more of a rhythm, finding what gym I'm going to go to. A lot of people have recommended CrossFit Central. That's going to be probably the one. It's actually just so happens to be the closest one to where I'll be living as well. But just really ready. And I'm going to start hammering out these videos. Got a lot of exciting products coming down the line. Don't want to, just in case something happens, and I'm not 100%, but I'm not 100% like I'm getting these products as of yet, but I'm in discussions to do some reviews. Nothing's going to be nothing's going to be sponsored, nothing's going to be paid for. I constantly, when companies reach out and they say, hey, we'll pay you to do something, I 100% say no. As much as it would be great to have that cash in hand to support the channel, what I'm building with this podcast, with my YouTube channel, is trust in the viewer, and for you to know that if there's something bad about a product, I'm going to say it. If something great about a product, it's going to mean more because it's genuinely coming from me, not from someone who's wanting to pay me to say some sort of line items about the product. Now, we'll work with them just to understand, okay, what's the market differentiator? Generally, the secret sauce to what I'm trying to build here. So that's what's coming down the pipeline. So a lot of exciting stuff. I just got to get moving, build out my studio at my new place, and hammer out these videos. So I appreciate any patience that you guys give me. I love the feedback that I'm getting, good and bad, on my videos. I just love the dialogue in general because it helps me. It strengthens me. When people challenge in the comments of what I'm saying, I get to take a step back. I get to think about it and respond. Sometimes there could be something that maybe I did screw up. Maybe I should think about. Other times it just could be a misunderstanding of what some people watch. And in general, 50% viewer retention is the average, and it's actually a good average for videos on YouTube, whether or not you know. So people just comment that without finishing the video. I'll probably ignore those if I answer in the video, but good or bad, I'm all here for the dialogue. So I'll see you in the next one. Later.